Hey guys, it's Shane here at Tank Hunter Miniatures, and today we're going over part 2 of our Dreadnought tier list. This time it's focusing still on the Imperial units, but this time it's stuff that isn't really a Dreadnought. It all just has the Walker key rule there. So some of it is sort of Dreadnought. You'd think, oh yeah, that's very inspired. Some of it you just, no, that's just a vehicle that has a couple of legs. That's not a Dreadnought. But, you know, it's closer to that than it is like an actual tank. So it's that fine line. So let's get into that now. Now, first up, looking at Morvenvol. Anyway, so she was the new character that came in, was it the start of 10th or 9th? I forget when she came in, but they introduced a few new characters. There was the chick on the hover platform, and you had the two ladies. See, I don't even know their names. That's how much I forgot them. But yeah, Morvenvol, you know, she's a High Lord of Terror. She sticks out. She definitely does, and she's pretty good. All she can lead is the Paragon Warsuits, but when she does, it's incredibly good. She really helps them because she can spend the miracle dice to get more attacks. And yeah, she gives them, what is it, reroll, attack and wounds. So super canoness, chapter master abilities. And yeah, she does an incredible good job. I remember when we played her against Josh and we had against his orcs and we had the Gorkan orc there. And her with the Paragon engines, they just ripped through it like it was nothing. So yeah, she's definitely strong. The design of the Paragon suits, that's contentious. I think hers looks alright, a bit better than the other ones. So yeah, let's just give her an S just to start with, because yeah, she will carry the army. She is like, she's a centerpiece model, like, and she's good. She will survive. Like, I don't think she's super broken. Like, you could focus her. She's only toughness 7 after all, so you could take her down if she's on her own. But yeah, for the most part, she's a core of most competitive sisters armies. So next in alphabetical order, looking at the Mortifiers. Now, they were the newest ones of Penitent engines. Yeah, their lore is, instead of being like a criminal or someone, a heretic or whatever that they put inside the pain engine or whatever, that just amplifies all your pain and suffering, so you just lash out and, you know, frenzy and such. These were Repentia who ran away. So if you ever had Repentia that failed the leadership test, by the end of the whatchamacallit, end of the game, they're going to be put into these Mortifiers, which is why they're a bit more accurate in their shooting. So they're definitely neat. The whole coffin aspect of it's pretty cool. You know, it's sort of like, yeah, it's very Dreadnought. It's like even more brutal of a Dreadnought, just with how metal it is. Overall, they are good. They have a bit more variety than the Penitent engines, but their design, it's pretty clear just a copy. It's a bit uninspired when you think about it. So we'll just give them A. Because whilst they are good, and you know, the Penitent host serves really well with them in it, like I said, it's just the design that sort of pulls it down a little. So next we got the actual Paragon Warsuits, and again, these are really powerful. They got the multi-melters or the flamers, which are good. What's their special ability? Yeah, keep hitting that. 1 to hit against vehicles and monsters. So they can, even with, like, not just if you own War Mace, That's why I said probably the better option for them when I played with them was bring the Warblade, because it is more attacks. It's only strength 8, but you get +1 to the wound roll anyway. So most of the time, you're going to be wounding more often. And just the AP2, you just really need it. AP1 against most vehicles is just not going to cut it. So I definitely recommend the Blade, but you've got that option. You've got good options there. The only thing holding them back is their design, and they are very expensive. And you have to bring 3 at a time. So it's, like I said, it's less of a Dreadnought. It's in a weird spot where it's almost a Terminator, but also not a Terminator. So, yeah, weird thing there. Let's put it in an A. She definitely deserves an A, because they're good, but again, they look pretty silly. Yeah, they definitely could have been designed better. I know we made fun of them a lot. Yeah. But then, of course, we have the classic, the Penitent Engine. Now, these have been around, you know, forever for Sisters. It's always been a staple of what they do. And their thing compared to the Mortifiers, of course, they're a little weaker. They don't have the 3-up save. They can only have the 4-up save. But they still have the Feel No Pain, and they can charge when they advance. So that's good. That's what you want them to do. Send them in as a first wave and just disrupt everything. And yeah, they don't have a ranged option, but that's fine. You don't really want them. The fire's all you need. They're sisters. That's what they're all about, the fire. So, Penitent Engines, that's an S. They are a staple. They're iconic for sisters. They are super grimdark. You know, they got everything you want. Really does. Yeah, I still love fielding them. I'll definitely try and have my Penitent War Host painted, hopefully by the end of the year, and I can use it in its entirety. So next we're looking at AdMech. Now, the Castellan robots, this is a weird one, because it is a walker, it is a vehicle, but would you say it's a Dreadnought? Technically, it has a human brain inside it. It is not like fully robotic. That's its thing. It has to have an organic part to it, or it is heretical. So that's pretty metal. I think they describe it in the lore as it's not actually a brain from a person. It's like they've taken, like Robocop style. Just put someone's head there. It is actually grown. So they grew a custom brain and then they put it inside a robot. Yeah, the AdMech, you know, what's the difference? You're really trying to not create artificial intelligence. Well, everything about it except that, you know, it's got a brain made of flesh is artificial. But nonetheless, they are awesome. They will carry your AdMech army. They are so powerful. They are so strong. I mean, toughness is 9. That's crazy. That's one of the toughest things on this list. Because what's the Nemesis Dreadnought? Yeah, a Dreadnought is 8 toughness. This Castellan robot is toughness 9. So, yeah, these guys get an S. Because you can... You know, you can make them close combat focused. You know, just give them the fists. Or you can make them shooter focused. Their shooting is pretty much just anti-infantry. That's all they'll do. But, you know, you can make them have a lot of shooting. And then to be, whatchamacallit, anti-large. Because they're strength 12 on their fists. That's good. That's going to take out most things. So, yeah, definitely... something that's very powerful for the AdMech. Something that's been a pretty... I've seen armies, yeah, just been carried by this guy. You'd be crazy not to bring some for your AdMech unless you're going full, like, Skitarii force. You know, and even still, these guys holding a backfield is almost unstoppable. So next for the AdMech, the Iron Strider Ballistari. what can you say about this guy? So they built a robot that's just legs. It's just a leg platform. What can you say about it? Because it is similar to the Sentinel. It's just creepier looking. And they don't give it a case. They just give it as if you're riding a horse. Yeah, you're riding a giraffe. But the giraffe was cut off at the top. And they put a weapon platform there. Oh, and of course they cut off the back half of the giraffe as well. Yeah, this is a bad analogy. I don't like... They are good though, because they are fast. That's their main thing. And the cognizability, so sustained hits for the las cannon. So they're a good sniper, and they can just keep moving and shooting around. And yeah, 5-up invuln and 7 wounds. They're actually hard to put down. And they're cheap too, 75 a model. So yeah, there isn't a lot holding these guys back. Like, I'm not sure what exactly competitive AdMech is doing, but I mean, this is a great anti-large option. I guess that's the problem with it. It's only anti-large, but it's cheap enough you can field a few of these, and they're still gonna get, you know, they'll get effort. Yeah, I'd say these guys are probably an A. They don't have quite the same hitting power because it's a couple of shots, but yeah, I wouldn't put them any higher than that. And yeah, it's just that weird aesthetic of AdMech. I think you either really like it or you hate it. So I think I like it, but I can understand why people would hate it. I very much would understand. So now we got the Dragoons. I just picked the Lance one. They also have one that's a sniper. We'll just do them together. These are in a weird spot, because whilst they do have pretty good attacks, they are pretty much just anti-mid. So they're great at taking out heavy infantry, like a Space Marine. They'll take out pretty good, being 2 damage and AP2 with the Lance. You know, you're wounding most Space Marines on a 2+. And yeah, the sustained attacks too. That's pretty cool. The other weird thing they have is anti-walker 2-up. I don't know anything else that has specifically anti-walker as their keyword. So it's specifically great at taking out other walkers. I guess it's supposed to be knights jousting? So it's great at jousting another knight of the same kind? Like, that has to be it. That has to be the logic behind it. It's a jousting stick. So that's kind of fun, but it just makes it in a weird spot. But it can fall back and still charge. That's pretty cool. Oh, and it does have stealth as well. Man, these guys are good. I don't know why people don't field more of these. Like, you could make a whole army just like Dragoons and Ballistari. Maybe we do that. Maybe we do that. Yeah. I guess the weird thing about it is, you'd have to pick between the different doctrines, the shooting one and the close combat one. Because you really need that doctrine to be in effect for these guys to be better. But nonetheless, we'll give him A as well. Yeah, he's just not going to be... then again, he doesn't really have a shooting attack that's like, it's all right. No, let's keep him at A. Like, they're survivable. Stealth and 3-up save, 3-up invuln, 7 wounds. That's pretty good. Like, that's not going down to boltify very easily. Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the AdMech. That's it for the AdMech. So we're looking at guard now, starting with the newest one, the Armored Sentinel. Now this guy is pretty cool. I like the new model for him. Sort of bigger, taller, tankier. The main thing about it is it's similar to the Ballistari. It's an anti-vehicle walker. So he gets the reroll to wound against monsters and vehicle. He's going to be there to try and take it out. So he's not going to be great at taking out, you know, you can give it the multi-laser, you know, the flamer, but it just feels like that would be a waste. If you could strap more weapons to it, I think that would be cool, but as it goes, like, you probably just want to strap a las cannon to it. And that's kind of the thing. It has one sort of real weapon to it. So it's a one weapon yeah, take it as a heavy weapon platform, but it's mobile. So the other thing, to give it orders, you know, because it's going to be moving up fast. Essentially, it's a flanking unit. You're not really going to be able to order it very much with your tank commander. So you're relying on good luck, I guess, with the 4-up to hit. But nonetheless, it is cheap. Only 65 points. And again, toughness 8, 2-up save. They're not going down very easy. Like, it's still going to be wounded on 5s with bolters, but 2-up save, you know, that's going to be... Oh, actually, what am I talking about? I was looking at wounds, not toughness. Yeah, 6s to wound against, like, bolters. So you could maybe take it down with a bunch of heavy bolters, but even still, that's going to be tricky. Yeah, these things are really survivable. But yeah, it's just not super versatile. Like, it's got one job, just to take out other large things. So I guess, but it is a good roadblock. It is defendable. We'll give him an A. A lot of stuff's getting high tier. I can't help it. I think they're cool. I'm in my element. The Scout Sentinel. Even this got a new model. This is the older one, I think. Or maybe it's the new one. I don't remember. Anyway. So these are cool. Because it basically gives spotting. It gives the reroll ones to hit. Because it's within 18, so that's pretty good. It's got Scouts 9 as well. So they are a lot weaker. Like, this you can take out with bolters pretty easy. Oh man, Plasma. Plasma would just rip through this thing. But he's not really there to do damage. He's, like I said, he's there to spot. He's there to scout up and sort of claim things early. You're not really relying on him to do much damage at all. Like, you can give him the las cannon as well. Like, he might get some lucky shots, but yeah, that's not his job. His job is to go in, be a distraction in a way to sort of tie things up. So he's a good support. That's basically what he's there for. You can't put too much into him. So I think we give him B. Because, yeah, they are just going to go down pretty fast. Because what is it? 7 wounds. Well placed. I mean, autocannons will take this guy out pretty quick. So yeah, it's still good, but just don't put too much on. Don't expect too much out of a Scout Sentinel. Or maybe you can. I don't know. Anyway. So, looking at the older models. This was the Elysian Drop Sentinel. I completely forgotten these had existed at all. So what do these guys do different to the Scout? Well, instead of scouting up, they deep strike in. And they can deep strike in even closer than normal. They can go up to, well, it says 3, but we know the rules have changed. It has to be 6. But the real question is, why? It can't charge if you do that. It has no weapons that are more effective closer than more further away. It's there to sort of roadblock, I guess, and it's more expensive than the Scout. It's 85, and it's weaker. It's only toughness 6 and strength 6. I mean, toughness 6 and 6 wounds. And you can't really give it... I guess you can give it a multi-melter. The multi-melter, I guess, would be... I guess that's the main thing why it can deep strike in, you know, inside 9 inches. So I can get that sweet melter. But even still, you're going to miss half the time. And then depending what it is, you're probably not going to wound. It's a risky thing to deep strike this in just to get its melter shot off. It can take a hunter killer. So I guess you drop it in, shoot it, and then it dies. It's pretty mediocre, honestly. Yeah, I'll give it C tier. I've never seen one used. I've never seen anyone talk about them at all. So yeah, what it lacks in... I guess it's trying to be aerodynamic. It's got the jetpacks on it I saw in some of the models. Anyway, I think we can forget that one. That's a Legends model, and it can stay Legends. Speaking of the Legends, we got the Sentinel Powerlifter. This is a fun one. I'm pretty sure it was designed just because of aliens. That's all it is. This is the Ripley's, which again would be a walker. It's similar to like, it's more like, yeah, the Paragon engine, or the, yeah, very much like the Paragon engine, but with the same hydraulic arms. It's the same arms from the movie. So, very much putting homage to that. Now, these aren't as tough as the other Sentinels. This is tough as a Scout. Yeah, it's as tough as a Scout, but it is slower than a Scout. Oh, it does have less wounds. It only has 6 wounds instead of the 7. So it's got to go down easy. It doesn't have any shooting option. It can only grab and then crush. So strength 10. It's basically like a power fist. It's got like 3 power fist attacks. That's funny. It's D3 damage as well. So you might just roll 1s. So you'd be lucky to kill one. You kill maybe 1 or 2 Space Marines with this guy. I guess, and he's got his mortal wounds on the charge. So he runs in and he impales stuff with his forklift blades, just like the demonstration video we've all seen. So yeah, maybe you kill an extra Space Marine on average just with the charge. But then you've got no way to get out of the charge. It's not like with the other guy where the Dragoon, because he can just fall back and charge again. He can keep going. This guy will be stuck. And yeah, so toughness 7. Like strength 4. So Space Marines are going to be able to punch this thing to death. Not super easy, but it'll be doable. Very doable. Yeah, I think we give this guy... Like, it's cool he does mortal wounds, but even that isn't that certain. Yeah, I give him a D, but I do love the aliens homage, so he gets a C as well. But that's just my personal preference, just because I like how it looks. Any sane person would give it a D. What do we got next? The Nemesis Dreadnought. So this is the Grandmaster. I'm just going to roll them both in together. The main thing the Grandmaster has that the normal one doesn't, it gets that bonus against vehicles, whatever. On paper, they're cool, because they seem defendable, with 2 up armor, 4 up invuln. They do a lot of damage. The heavy incinerator is cool. Heavy side cannon is cool. It's like an auto cannon, but much better. So that's gonna, yeah, that would wreck through. Even Terminators, the side cannon would wreck through. Silence is alright. Yeah, then when you get to the weapons, I mean, the hammer is cool. You probably want to take the sword, though, for more versatility. Very fast, because of course they're deep striking in. They got teleport assault. They can charge, even though they charge. Advance. They can advance and charge and fall back and charge, so they're always moving. But that's the trouble with that, is you can get out of place quite easily. So yeah, you surround these things, they go down pretty quick. Being on, that's the thing, they're only toughness 8. Like, autocannons take these guys out. They have a lot of wounds, I guess 13. But yeah, in practice, like, I thought this could, if you just bring Nemesis Dreadnoughts, it could carry the army. When we tested that, it definitely couldn't. They are somewhat lacking in some reasons. Like, a lot of the games we played a few games against where we've seen these. There've never been a problem in any of the games we've had. We've always been able to take these out quite easily. And yeah, they look stupid as hell. I wish someone would just get over it and just... Of all the retcons Games Workshop could do, they could just retcon this model. Just make it the guy internal. Just put him inside the machine, just like everyone wants. They could do that and no one would mind. Like, everyone complains about retconning, but this is a retcon everyone would like if they could just do that. Nemesis Dreadnought. He's getting a B. Should I give him a... No. Functionally, he's an A. Design, he's a B. He's just... And he's so overcosted. Like, he's 210. Yeah, the other guys are so much cheaper for, like, the same thing. Because if you look at the Invicta, the Warsuit... Invicta Warsuit's half the price. And it does pretty much the same thing. So the Space Marine Invicta Warsuit, which we'll get to last, they're pretty stats-wise, they're the same. But this guy's double the points. So, yeah, it's... They've got a lot of falling. Maybe they'll be advanced. This is pre their new codex. Maybe they'll get better with the codex. I'm not sure. They do get the cool new model I've seen, and they got the flail. I think that'll just be for the Grandmaster, though. But yeah, they might get buffed in the new codex. But as it stands, pre-codex, they are a B. So anyway, looking at Imperial Knights now. So... yeah, I'm hard-pressed because I always see these guys as, like, tanks with legs. But, yeah, they are... like, you wouldn't see them as dreads. Like, they're all not... Anyway. Besides that, so, we're stuck to this now. Yeah, so these guys are good. I've always loved the Helverins. As soon as Armigers got released... like, I thought these were the coolest things. Like, I wanted to bring just Armigers. Even when they first came out, they weren't very good. They had some time to really develop. Now, the Armiger is pretty good. It's mostly anti-heavy infantry. It's in a weird place. It will, like, do against lighter infantry alright. Like, it's weird Skyfire rule. Anti-fly when it... yeah, within an objective marker or your deployment zone. I mean, it's worked. I remember when we fought Tau versus Knights. And, yeah, we had our Sky Rays. And they were getting wounded on 2s by these guys. And, oh, it hurt. 3 damage apiece. And I was like, oh, no. It came in handy for him there. See, I'm not sure how many people... I really like the design of the Armigers. I thought they're cool as hell. But I'm not sure how other people feel about them. But either way, the Armiger Helverin, it's a pretty big staple. Like, if you weren't going to be bringing the close combat ones, the Warglaives... like, you could just bring the Knights that are just close combat, have them as your close combat guys, and just have Armigers as your battle line bringing it up. And that's good. You know, you're relying on your big guys to get in close, and these guys are just support. So I think they get an A. They won't take out... yeah, they just... for what they are, they don't have a real choice of weapon loadout, and... they can... yeah, they're not... they just can't really handle anti-large. They're just not for that. And, yeah, like I said, anti-fly 2-up is cool, but it is very niche. I don't think it's going to come up... it's rare that it comes up. So, as for the Warglaive, the close combat and anti-vehicle version. Because the thermal spear is cool. It's definitely going to wreck through... a lot of vehicles. Because, yeah, Melter 4 is pretty cool. And just put a regular melter gun as well. He's going to rip through a lot of stuff. That being said, the chain glaive itself, like it does need that, like yeah, when it charges and gets sustained hits, that can be good. The fact that its strike is only strength 10 though, so against itself it's wounding on 4s. It can't really punch up. And the AP3 is really good. Like you need that, but only 3 damage. On average you're gonna get like, you'll get like a rhino or something down to half health. So again, it's not, even though it's supposed to be anti-large, it really isn't. It's anti, like this will cut through Terminators pretty good. But if you have a 10-man squad of Terminators, the best it could do is take out 4 of them, and now it's stuck in combat with Terminators. So, ouch. And also the sweep is kind of good. I think it's overkill on its strength. I think 8 attacks is probably right. Yeah, maybe it needed to be strength 8. You know, AP 2 and then 2 damage, not... Or AP 1 and 2 damage would probably be more useful. Yeah, the Warglaive, it's in a weird spot. That's all I'll say. It's trying to do 2 jobs when it really should only be doing 1 job. The OC on these guys is great. Yeah, I'll give it... It's still A. I think these... You're probably better to bring... Yeah, we'll make it B. It's probably on the same tier as the Dreadnought. Because, yeah, you're probably better bringing the Helverins. Just because I think they're much more useful than the Warglaive. Yeah, it's just gonna get in trouble too quick. Like when I had my Knight army, I never really used the Warglaive. I only ever did shooting with the Armigers. It just felt safer. And the last one, we're looking at the Morax. Yes, Morax. So they're cool and all. I love the Forge World model of it. It's not that much different a design style, but it's different enough that it sort of really stands out. The thing about it is this edition, the way Forge World has its rules, is they're not as good. Lightning Lock used to be crazy good. Now that it's lost its AP, it's like, Volkite used to be incredible as well, but now it's, yeah, not great either. Only 4 shots. So, yeah, the conversion beamer, that used to be able to pop a lot of vehicles. But now, only strength 10. Yeah, it's... Again, the weapons are just weird. Like having a blast anti-vehicle weapon. It's like, why? Yeah, D6 shot. So again, it's swing as hell. Yeah, it's hard to figure out just what these weapons are supposed to be doing. The main one you can really understand is the Siege Claw. Now that's actually strength 12, D6 plus 2. That is an amazing fist. Can it take... It can take 2 Siege Claws. So probably the best thing to do with the Morax now is just have it as a close combat one. Like I used to love having my ones with its weird weapons, like the Lightning Lock. I think we took it against Josh and his Necrons, and it just out-tasered the yeah, his lightning guys. So that was cool. And yeah, it can heroic intervene for free. I think that's what it's supposed to be doing. I guess the problem is you don't get any bonus. Like a lot of things get bonus if you have like 2 of the weapons. Like, if you take 2 siege claws, it's... Yeah, you don't need to take 2. You can just take 1. They really need to put the rule there that if you take 2, it becomes twin-linked. That would be fun. But yeah, it's a bit neglected. Overall, I guess we'll give it a B. It's just in a weird spot. I don't know... I'm assuming they're gonna be legends. They're not currently legends, but I'm assuming they will be when their codex comes out. So I think they'll be sort of forgotten about, which is a shame. I did love them, but yeah, they've just been pushed aside. They're too different. They're just, yeah, excluded forever now. So the last one, I can't believe it's not a Dreadnought. It's an Invicta tactical warsuit. Because it's like, what if we didn't have to be mortally wounded and near death to go in a Dreadnought? What if we need a Dreadnought, but we don't have anyone seriously injured to put into it? So they built this Avatar suit. Yes, it's right out of Avatar, when the first movie. So it's pretty cool. I did like it. A lot of people said it was kind of silly looking, but I think it makes more sense. Like, it's better than the Dreadnought, because he's actually got a pilot seat in there and everything. Now, these are cool, because they do have Scout, and I know it's weird. It's supposed to be a stealthy thing, but it's like 8 feet, no, it's be more than 8, it'd be like 12 feet tall or something. And it's supposed to be stealthy and silent, but yeah, kind of weird, but it does its job. It is fast. It is strong. Yeah, the Invicta Fist. Strength 14. That is punching like Land Raiders. It's wounding a Land Raider on a 4-up. And I'm sure you can get that better. You just got to make that Land Raider that's fighting, you know, your mark of moment thing. Oath of Moment, and now it's wounding it on 3s. Yeah, this thing's going to wound most things on a 2. That's been Oath of Moment. That's crazy. So he's Crazy Beast in close combat. He's got the giant fists. For that, his cannon is pretty good. D6 plus 3. Yeah, that's a good heavy flamer. Yeah, he's got a lot of good weapons on him. So the cannon can be... and I hate the... I don't like the gun, the Iron Hail, the twin Iron Hail autocannon. I think it looks silly. But, yeah, I guess it does its job. I guess it's very easy to see where this thing works. Like, it's very much... you don't have to think much. And it can handle pretty much everything. Like, this is going to give everything a run for its money. The only thing it really lacks, I guess, is an invuln save. But, I mean, with movement 8 and scout 8, like, this thing's going to be able to get a turn 1 charge in most cases. So, that's pretty scary. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't really have protection against anti-vehicle stuff, but it's only 125 points. So you can lose one of these, and it's not the end of the world. I'm just trying to think if we put an A or S. Yeah, I think we go A. I think we go S. This is a really great unit. Like I said, it doesn't have the same grim darkness that a Dreadnought has. Oh, let me bring that back up. No. Anyway, so it doesn't have the same grim darkness as a Dreadnought or whatever, but it's a good unit, and it makes tactical sense. Like I said, why do we have these giant robot machines that are so powerful, but we can only use them when we're very hurt? Why don't we make some that we can use all the time, and that healthy people can use? So, they said that wouldn't be very depressing though, would it? And if things are depressing, they work better. So the Emperor says. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this list. So we got S, we got Mornval, we got the Penitent Engines, we got a Castellan Robot, and we got the Tactical War Suit. A, we got the Mortifiers, Paragon Suits, the Admech, Chicken Walkers, the Heavy Sentinel, the Helverin, Scout Sentinel, then the Nemesis Dreadnought, the Warglaives, and the Marax, and then C are the Lost and Forgotten Elysians and the Powerlifter, which should probably be D tier, but you know, you feel sorry for them. It's not their fault. All right. Yeah, that's the end of this one. So yeah, let me know what you think, your feelings and all that. Let me know everything, where you live, what your fears are, all that good stuff. And I'll have a couple more of these, so we'll do a Chaos one, and then we'll do a Xenos one. I would think, if no one watches this, then maybe I won't, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.